My name is Min. I teach 5th and 6th grade at Westland School, which is a small independent school up on Mulholland in the 405. I got in the writing project 2013, I think. A friend of mine had been in a previous summer institute and she raved about it, so I applied. I got in. It was great. It was probably one of the best professional development experiences that I ever had. So when the opportunity presented itself to work as a presenter, of course, I jumped at the chance, and then this is my 3rd year doing the writing competition, and every year it's great. Yeah, it's always nice to get out of your classroom bubble and meet different students from different communities.
Sure.
Yeah.
And highlights? What today?
We started off the class introducing ourselves and asking what we like about writing, what we dislike about writing, and the depth of questions from the students is always a highlight. So one would be what I love about writing is that you can always start over. So I love that.
And you, sir?
Name's Noe. I work at Oscar de la Hoya in East LA. I've been with the writing project for a little bit less than a year. What got me interested in it was Faye, actually, where she's been a mentor of mine for how many years now? Faye, like 4 or 5 years, possibly, right? And because I UCLA TUP alum, and interacted with her, and any chance that I got to or any opportunity that Faye threw my way, I was like, yes, I will do that, just because there was so much that just came with it, the experience. This is my first year with the writing competition, and the highlight was I've never worked with 7th and 8th graders before, and leaving my own bubble and seeing the type of work that's being done outside of my community it just blew my mind, just like the level of analysis that some of the students were engaged in. I was like, I didn't even think about what you just said, and it was like a 7th grade kid, so just seeing that was gave me hope that this country's gonna be okay.
Hello, I'm Kim, and I have been enjoying the writing project in one form or the other for nearly 30 years. It's maybe 27 or 28 years. And I discovered it through a workshop in Glendale where I teach at Thomas Edison Elementary School. I'm a 1st grade teacher. I'm so proud to be one. I love the children, but I have taught up through 6th grade at Edison, and beyond that through the writing project. So I've been consultant for teachers and all the way down to the kindergartners. And I learn more than I teach, I'm sure. Every year there's something new. This Korean writing competition is a little different than most of the emphasis on writing that I've ever engaged in, because it's a competition, and that actually doesn't fit my mental view of what writing should be. It should be something for everyone. But because it's teamed with the writing project, we have been able to use the philosophy of the writing project as we teach the lessons to the students, and they're able to come up with wonderful pieces of writing without worrying about the competition itself. Our lessons are designed to engage. They're designed to take great literature and inspire, and that seems to be the case every year. I have the little ones, the younger ones, 3rd and 4th graders, and today our subject was to write about something they had learned in their life, in their long lives. So we had discussions about, brainstormed some things we've learned, and they mentioned things like learning the piano, learning animation, to create animation, learning basketball, learning how to make scrambled eggs. And one person raised his hand and said, does something we learn have to be something we can put our finger on, or that is physical? So I said, well, can you explain that more? What do you mean? And his example was, what if we learned that losing once doesn't mean that you're always going to be a loser? This out of a 3rd grader or a 4th grader. So the highlights are always those surprises that come from the discussions with the children and through their writing. So we haven't been able to see the surprises yet in writing, but we're going to. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Quinn, and I'm a high school English teacher in Lenox. And like Noe, I became involved formally with the writing project last summer, so a little under a year. I'm not sure how I came upon it. I think there was probably at one point some formative experience that I've now forgotten, but I knew that UCLA Writing Project was something I wanted to be involved with, even just from colleagues who had gone to like summer professional development. So this is my first time being involved with the Korea Daily essay contest, and it was really cool. It's interesting to see the kind of students who come out on a Saturday to write in a competitive way. Yeah, that's definitely new for me. Students were asking a lot of questions, and I was giving them a lot of, what do you think is going to work best? What's going to help you best communicate your ideas? And they seemed surprised by that. It seemed like they wanted me to tell them a list of rules they could follow to make it perfect, but after a few of them heard me telling the other ones, well, what's going to help with your ideas the best? They stopped raising their hand and they realized, oh. And so I hope what I'm going to find is that they really did just write their ideas, and I'm going to be excited to see them come through their writing and their real thoughts and feelings. So I'm looking forward to that.
Hi, I'm Faye Peitzman, and I direct the writing project. I started co-directing back in 1983, so it's been a while. And the writing project mostly focuses on professional development for teachers, but we also do engage directly with students, usually in the summer. But this is the 6th time we've co-sponsored with the Korea Daily a writing competition, and they approached us back then. And just like a couple people have said, when I think about writing and the teaching of writing, I don't think of the word contest or competition or you're the best and everybody is less than you. That's not part of our philosophy. So we try to think, okay, it's a good thing for students to do more writing, and it's a good thing if there's something that we could do before they actually start to write that would really help them to be the best writer that they could be at that moment, given the amount of time that we have. And so that's what we did. We decided we would find what we thought would be engaging, very short texts, and we wrote a prompt that we thought also would capture the imaginations of students. And then we thought, okay, if we have 45 minutes to an hour with them before all this begins, what can we do with them? What can the teacher do? How can the students talk to each other and collaborate and build each other up and build up ideas together so that by the time they start writing, they do the best that they can at that point. And in a couple minutes, we're going to start diving into all these papers that we've collected, and it's always fascinating to take a look. And yes, we do end up deciding who's grand prize winner, who's gold, silver. But another thing that I'm going to ask everybody to think about too is, what is prized writing? And one of the answers will be the students who win. The writing tells a story of the real exquisite parts. But I think that we also find in papers that might not be at the top that there are elements in the writing that are just so promising or surprising or insightful. And so I'd like us today to think about that too. What are the various ways that we think about writing in terms of being prized?